Guys, Beat to the Bone here, and we're going to be talking about some games, some topics that I would like to talk about that are going to be coming out in the future. We're going to be talking about some things that I do like and some things that I don't. For the most part, we're probably going to get into a little bit about the new Far Cry 5. We're also going to talk a little bit about the Star Wars Battlefront that's coming up. I might talk about some Red Dead Redemption and some other stuff. So, I'm really excited for these games to be coming out, so let's hop right into it, So, the first thing that I will be talking about is the Far Cry 5 that's going to be coming out. I really do like the Far Cry series. Far Cry 4 was okay, I guess. It was missing a lot of material, but the storyline was okay, I guess. It wasn't, they didn't really build up the characters too well, but it was okay.
In Far Cry 5, we want to give you an entire for-hire system. Guns for hire, fangs for hire, and friends for hire.
Because it does talk about, kind of like a pay for your team kind of thing going on, which is kind of cool. I'm not really sure how that's going to work, if you have to, get money and then you pay them or something. I'm not really sure what he means by that, so I'm kind of excited to see how that kind of plays out during the game.
The cult at Eden's Gate has basically taken over all of Paul's End, and you and your Guns for Hire have to take it back.
Where do you want me?
We're going to send Grace, our sharpshooter, to the water tower to get ourselves some cover.
So, I do want to talk about this right here, and as you can see, it's going to be talking a little bit about features. This feature I really like. It seems like you have a team here, and you can tell them where to be, at least with the sniper. I'm kind of excited to see how that works out with the mechanic of a taking over or something, And maybe it could be a little bit like a Ghost Recon where you have like a team. And I'm not talking about the new Ghost Recon. I'm talking about the computer game, and you got you guys set up as snipers, and you move your team around a little bit. I'm not talking about the new Ghost Recon. I'm talking about the older ones. But I am kind of interested because he points out that he's going to have this girl go up on the water tower, and I'm wondering if you could see, are they going to put her in different areas, where you can put her. Do you have to put her on the water tower? Is it going to be certain places you can put her on the water tower? Is it going to be different vantage points where you can have her sit up? Or is it going to be like, it's preset, everything's supposed to be the way it's supposed to, it's kind of, already made for you and set up for you. I'm kind of excited to see how that plays out in the gameplay, because then it allows you kind of have a team. I'm kind of worried about, not having enough material for a game, but I'm sure they're going to have some great, not multiplayer, but some great just scenery, and it's going to have some really good mechanics, and I'm really loving that this game is showing a lot more material-wise than the last games. You got planes, you got trucks, you got different things going on during the game, and that's a lot better than the last one, because the last one when you only had like a truck, there was like a truck and a little car, they had the hang glider and there's a weird helicopter thing, but all the cars look the same. It's kind of exciting to see how they got some different cars and some different vehicles you could set per se, but I'm kind of excited, so it's definitely going to be something to look for. I'm hoping it's a lot better than the last one, because the last one I didn't like as much as the third one. So, I'm not talking about Prime though. I don't even want to talk about Far Cry Primal or whatever. I'm talking about Far Cry 4. Star Wars. There's a few things that I do have some problems with, and I do want to talk about in this video that I haven't talked in my previous video. Some things that, now this is the gameplay for it, so now I have a little footage and more information about the video that I can talk about, so that's kind of what I want to get into a little bit here. From what I've seen from this battle video, and what I've seen through the whole video, one thing is fucking missing. I can tell you that, and that kind of pisses me off. Not too much. It's just missing something from these battles. I'm sure you know what it is. Maybe not. That's the droid destroyer. You guys know what I'm talking about? The droid destroyer. When I was little, I called it the roly-poly because I was stupid and I didn't know what it was called. Back when Battlefront 1 was out, and I didn't know what it was called, the droid, so I called it the roly-poly, but still, it's missing that, and that was a really fun droid to use in the game. And, you know, it still has some of the other droids, but it's missing that one. And also, from what I've seen from this game, it still looks a little bit better than the other one from the content that I've seen, but it still just looks like a fucking DLC from the old game. And every time I go out and try to get one of these, it always just turns out to be, you know, a disappointment. So hopefully it's not that, but usually it will be. So I'm kind of curious, you know, is it going to be shitty or not? But it's missing a few things. You know, to me this just looks like a DLC. Why is this new content? This should have been in the old one, you know, this kind of stuff. But it does have the, you know, the jetpack troopers, and it does have a bunch of the other troops. It's missing the destroyer, you know. That thing was cool as fuck, you know, but still, I think it's missing it. You know what I mean? You know, this game better have some maps, because Battlefront 1 had like 14 maps, I think. I think it's about 14, you know. They had like all types of different maps, even if it was on the same world, you know. I'm pretty sure Naboo had 2 different like maps, you could like arenas or whatever, you know. They had the planes, you know, they had different stuff. Like, you know, Tatooine had like 3 different arenas you could play in. There was, you know, all different types of maps you could play on. But if this game doesn't have as much, then why would you want to play this game? Like, it confuses me. Why would they do less? The only thing new is just the graphics, I guess. That's the only real new thing. I mean, if it's basically telling me that an older version of this game is better than the new game, less content with more money, and I just don't understand how they would have less maps than an old video game on a PS2, you know. So that kind of, you know, worries me if this game's gonna have enough content for it. So I will guess we'll see. To talk about something different, you know, there's this game called Tooth and Tail. It's kind of a strategy game. And I wanted to just talk about something other than, you know, like Red Dead Redemption. Everyone knows about. I'm not sure if a lot of people know about this game, and not why now. I just kind of want to talk about it because, you know, maybe not a lot of people know it, and I think it's a good game off of what I've seen other people play it. It's not out right now, but I really want to get it when it comes out because, you know, I like strategy games. But this game to me seems really cool because, 1, it's a strategy game. 2, it's got actual, like, it actually has like not a meaningful, but more like a basis off of a strategy game. Kind of, it's like a fast-paced version of Civilization 5, I would say. You got your civilization, and it's kind of a little bit different than Civilization 5, but you got your where you start. You got a bit of farms. You got to get troops, and you got to protect your land, and you also have to attack other things. You know, you have an economy. You have different ways of doing things, and I'm really interested to see how this game works. You know, as you can see here, he's building up a farm so he can have food to feed for his army. Now, this guy over here has army, you know, the squirrels are attacking. There's different troops. You got long range, short range. You got flying troops. You got attack and defend. You know, there's different things. You know, he just destroyed stuff. And it really, you know, you can't really control individual troops, but you can control your whole troops. And there's different tactics. So I really think Tooth and Tail is a really good strategy game. And I think it's going to do really good. And I guess this was just a video to show that game out a little bit for other people to see. That was game talk for this week. I might make this into a series, not every week, but maybe every time there's a new couple games I want to talk about, I might do one of these. Let me know if you like it. If not, you know, let me know as well. So thanks for watching, and if you feel the need to subscribe, do feel free to.